Hi, it's Indira from the Temple of the Inner Self in Atlanta. I'm coming to you from my home where I've been pretty much sequestered with my husband and my two dogs for the last several days. But I did go out to the grocery store today, and I was comforted to see the workers spraying down the grocery carts and handing out wipes. That made me feel good that they were looking out for me. And then I stopped for gas, and I carried with me my own little spray bottle of disinfectant. And again, I was encouraged to see the person in front of me was also spraying both before and after they touched the gasoline pump. Think of that. I believe we are looking for ways to take care of each other in this situation. Our hearts are being opened as our eyes are being opened to each other's predicaments. And that's why I believe that as hard as this is, some good is going to come from this pandemic. I believe we're being shown that we are all connected. I've been saying so for years. In fact, the name of my YouTube channel is All One Peace, spelled all with no spaces and P-E-A-C-E. The word itself, All One Peace, is a symbol of what I believe. I believe that when we recognize that we are all one with each other, we find peace. That's what I believe. I don't think we're created to compete with each other. I don't think we're created to ignore one another. When we consider only our bodies, we look like we are separate. But there's an invisible world, a world of light and vibration and waves and scents and smells and germs and viruses and love. And in this invisible world, there is no place where you stop and I begin. We're all just a chunky soup in a pot. We're all in the same pot and we're all connected by the broth. We have to look out for each other. That's the only way it's going to work. And my heart at this moment goes out to people who have to work, health workers, for instance, who are in harm's way every day. And I also think about people living in those tent cities at the borders of so many of the world's countries. They don't have facilities to keep washing their hands. They don't have access to medical care. And our homeless are the same thing. The homeless population has been on our mind, and prisoners in jails. These are people who are definitely not in control of their environment. So join me in praying especially for these confined populations. We ignore them at our own peril. We think our reality is shaped in discrete shapes and bodies. If we look through the eyes of love, through the eyes of God, we see that we're connected. We're connected by the wind and the air and by our very fates. We're all connected. We can't ignore the most vulnerable among us with impunity. And Jesus said that. He had it right, didn't he? He said, love your neighbor as yourself. I think he knew that my neighbor is myself. And I can't help my neighbor without helping myself, and neither can I ignore my neighbor. I, for one, am becoming more and more aware of my connection to everyone, and I hope you are as well. And I hope this inspires you to think of ways to help other people from a safe distance of 6+ feet, yes, and even maybe by sending an encouraging message. How many people know someone in a nursing home or assisted living? My mother's in assisted living. She's not allowed to even visit the other people in the other rooms. She has to stay in her own room, and they bring her her own food. They're not allowed visitors at all, but they are allowed phone calls, certainly. What can you do to make this easier for someone? What is the shape of your reality? It's up to you. I love you.